Hey, what's up? And welcome to Crash Out Coffee with Klymatix. Some say Cry Baby. Some say Cry Tifa. Made something. Okay, so the Tommy's chat earlier, that was a blast. Y'all got a little too rough on Cly. Yeah. He kind of rightfully so called us out and said, let's knock it off. The chat with Cry Baby. You know, because his name is so fun to play with. Yeah, but nobody wants to tell a story, right? What happened? There's a bunch of people out there, I suspect, that really have no idea. First thing I'd suggest you go to Crash Out Coffee videos the last week, and then watch the first 15 minutes at least, and then you'll kind of have a general understanding if he hasn't taken those down, and then you'll understand my videos. And anyway, so yeah, everybody's saying hush, let's not talk about it. So you can talk about it here, and I'll give you my perspective, everything that I've seen, noticed, from start to finish. If I have enough room here, let's see. Maybe not. 20 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna be rollerblading. Let's go. This is a crash video, not a crash out video. All right. Yeah, last time I crashed. Hit that bridge. Anyway, so back to the story. Yes. Yesterday it was Crash Out Tuesday, if anybody noticed, on MGG. Shout out MGG, the Chariot Nation, and Lenny Skinny 420. Yeah. Colonel Lenny Skinny 420. And Sky, and Snooks, and Holly, and a whole bunch of y'all. Like the females, like Ginger, and Tommy's boys girl, and Joe, and some like dudes like DDD and DD, and then the other DD, and BLS, Ed Eagle. Hold on. Yeah, I gotta watch that. Gotta watch where I'm going. So the story nobody wants to talk about, from my perspective, was we're going way back, right? When Tommy was on Twitter. I guess that's around the time, I think, when Klymatix decided he was going to start streaming, I think, from his parents' basement. Seemed like it from the story. And, he was streaming Tommy like Bach and Arturo. Shout out Arturo. And got NDG and some of the others that were streaming him, right? And then I loved to watch Tommy. I wanted to watch Tommy after that second knockout, that first knockout. So, but he was on Twitter, and I'm banned from Twitter. Thank you, Biden regime, the commies. Banned since 2021. Elon, come on. But, yeah, so I started watching Tommy bounce around to the streamers, but usually ended up at Bach, because Bach would just, let Tommy do Tommy, and didn't have to really listen to Bach. He didn't say much at all. We had to focus on Tommy versus other streamers, because we had, Cam Higby and Nick Shirley and some others out there. That eyes. It's kind of dark. Yeah. So I used to watch him. End up over at Bach, and then cry. I couldn't stand watching him, because he would just talk all through it. I was like, what did he say? What happened? You mean Tommy just got maced and we missed it? Because Cry was talking about his stupid wrestling or something? Come on. So yeah, it was all me. But and then one time he I don't know, something was going on down there at Ice and some drama, and he was like, well, I don't care if she's a girl, I'd hit her anyway. And I was like, okay. He didn't grow up in Texas, obviously, or Oklahoma, where I'm from. He's like, you don't talk about that stuff. So, yeah, bye, Clyde. But Tommy did let him in eventually, and he helped teach Tommy some streaming, and that was awesome. So thanks, Clyde, for that. But, yeah. Anyway, so Clyde was grifting. It seemed like some nights, he would make, if not, easily hundreds of dollars off of Tommy, when Tommy was on Twitter. And he was bragging about it constantly too, just bragging. Sometimes maybe thousands. Like, it was crazy. But finally Tommy got on Rumble, and I went to Rumble, and I was trolling with Shut Up. You shut up. No, you shut up. Yeah, and some of the others that were popular in there. And we were really trolling the teepers. But anyway, so Klymatix, right? He had a crash out. It happened because, well, okay, so he banned me in the chat a while back, right? He got mad at me because I was in Tommy's chat, I was goofing off, and I noticed he started checking other people's chats, so I went in there and I typed in to needle him a little bit, I typed in, Cly has anger issues, which is obvious, sometimes the funniest joke is the absolute 100% truth, right? But, yeah. But I noticed, like, for weeks and weeks, it was CC, Daniel CC, that had been going in there and riling up Cly in our chat, Tommy's chat. Like, he's always blaming everybody in the chat for what CC was doing. Maybe another one here or there, but primarily it was CC. So, and one day he starts, and then after I said that, Cly has anger issues. He reads that and he starts screaming and yelling like everybody's all peaceful, calm, quiet, having a great time, smoking, there's cigarettes on the live stream, which Cly says is unprofessional, and he doesn't like that. And yeah, he had these crash outs. Go watch his crash out videos. Okay, I gotta watch this right here. I cannot see anything. Usually there's like sticks and stuff falling from these trees. I crashed through here at least 6 times. One time really hard after I had one of my children come home from the hospital. I was so excited, and I was flying down that hill. Excited, but anyway, back to Cly. Yeah. Joe, you said I'm obsessed with Cly. Anyway, people want to know the story, all right? Because a lot of people, they don't want to talk about it, right? All the streamers are pleading the fifth today. Plead the fifth, plead the fifth. Everybody's pleading the fifth. And Tommy's like, let's not talk about it in the chat anymore. So let's talk about it here. Yeah. So, Cly got mad at me that night and started screaming and said, fight me, Scotty. Right? So that's how that other video kind of makes sense when I scream, fight me, Scotty. Because he said it, I don't have anger issues. I don't need to prove myself. I'm not worried about it. I don't care if someone says, fight me. I'm not going to fight them back. But I thought it was funny at the time, but then he banned me. I was like, what the heck? Not just on his channel. First it was his channel, and then I found out it was Tommy's channel. I was like, what the? I love Tommy in his way. I've been following him since the beginning and helping every way I can help, and, trolling along and trying to make people laugh and trolling the teepers. We troll the crap out of the teepers. So I am effective at that. But, I turn my guns on Cly then, right? You shouldn't go. I've been doing this for decades, Cly. You really shouldn't go up against guys that have been trolling for decades. Because you might get your ass bit. Kind of what happened to Cly, people. So, it wasn't just me. I think CC. It's CC's fault. Damn you, CC. But, because CC was like anti-Jewish and all that, right? Anti-Semitic. Whatever Cly says, right? And I used to defend Cly or on NGG's chat, right? And defend Israel and such, right? Because I'm not all that. I'm not an Adolf Cly. I may look like Adolf with that mustache, but I'm not Adolf, so. Nazis were horrible. Yeah. They had anger issues like you, Cly. Oh man, this is the creepy forest, right? Or the creepy path. This is what I told my kids. The creepy path. We come through here. Man, this is scary. So anyway. Oh, yeah. Yep. Can't see. He's on the path. Alright, anyway. Cly. Back to Cly, the story. So he banned me, and I went to trolling and figured out Cly's got all these alt channels and stuff. I got a bunch of alt channels. I've been doing it a long time. In fact, this channel, Scotty is an alt channel. Scotty's Troll. Who's going to name their main channel? Scotty's Troll. So, that's what happened. And I give it a whole time. I was thinking, well, Tommy will go fix it. No way he's going to ban Scotty. He's Troll. Make something. But it started. So I decided to pull my little own operation with my own alt account. And I went into Tommy's chat. And I did hashtag free Scotty. Hashtag free Scotty. Hashtag free Scotty. I went to alt channels just like Cly does. Because he does that. I know he does that. 100%. because I had done it too. And then I went over to MGG's chat with an alt account and said, hey MDG, there's a hashtag Free Scotty campaign going on right now over there. And then MDG, he caught it. He figured me out right away. He's like, you happen to be an alt channel for a guy that says mace me or mace something? Yeah, he's a smart guy. But he and Sky didn't think it was right? Sky's the queen of chair over there. And she didn't think it was right that I got banned by Kly out of Tommy's chat because she knew I love Tommy. I don't, and so Sky had been pushing MDG, and then all of a sudden they decided to go over and help with the hashtag Free Scotty campaign. Wait, I'm on the sidewalk on the scary path, the squeaky path. I don't want to go down the squeaky path again. No. Gotta watch it right through here. There's a lot of owls. They'll swoop you. They're right through here. See if any sweeps me. So I did a hashtag Free Scotty. I kicked it off with my owl slate. And it worked. And MDG and MDG's chat, especially like Eagle, Lady Skinny 420, come in the hilt. And it worked. And it filled up the chat with patriots and even teepers that I know. Well, yeah. Everybody was hashtag Free Scotty, free Scotty Stein. Yeah, so it worked. Let's see how much time I got left. But then I got suspicious. So MDG ended up getting drunk this last week or a week ago. And he decided to start spilling some beans. And there was like CC and others in the chat that was like egging him on and crap, he finally had enough and started truthing out. Not crashing out, truthing out. And I was like half listening and watching Game of Thrones with my wife. And I was like, oh no, this is not going to be good tomorrow. Sure enough, the next day Clyde crashed out and it was that coffee show. So we'll watch that first day. I see him getting stabbed in the back. His flank is still bleeding. Is it still bleeding, cry baby? It's still bleeding. Did you get a band-aid? Did you ask Tommy for a band-aid? So, yeah, I know, I'm breathing hard, whatever. It's still in the 90s here, yeah. And this is take 3. I keep running out of space and crap. Having issues, dropping my phone, losing my lighter. Can't lose your lighter. So, back to the Clyde show. Yeah, Clyde crashed out. He crashed out. And he kept crashing out each day on the show. And it was funny. And anyway, people got upset. He went on and he started calling them all the chatters, all peasants and Adolfs and anti-semantics, all these bad words like teepers call us and stuff. Like we care. Like it's gonna hurt our feelings. Yeah. And everybody kind of turned on them. The ones that seen it and heard it. Yeah. Tommy came in Gigi's chat and was like, okay, I'm sorry, we're ending the lives, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and I'll do my own thing. Which is awesome because yesterday, Crash Out Tuesday, was so much fun. Like, I was just cracking up. Tommy, Shane, Nico, Josh, the school of Josh, Professor Josh, everybody was cracking me up. It was funny. No drama queens, no kings, no queens, especially no drama queens. Joe. Yeah, so that's kind of the story, and then Klymatix is kind of crashed out since, so I guess, he's crashed out. But, and then earlier he took control of Zach's chat, like a good little Adolf dictator, Nazi, racist, anti-Semitic. And I was lurking. I was like, good. He was like dropping people like crazy, like bam, 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 bam. I was seeing comments getting pulled out. Like, yeah, not cool. I'm sure that's not good for business, right? You ban all your customers, they're gone. Anyway, that's what was happening earlier. I heard maybe, I don't know, Zach took care of that, hopefully. But that was not cool. And that was stupid. And good thing I didn't go in there and comment, because I would have got banned again. Cry, right? Yeah, don't cry about it. You got kicked out. That sucks. Should have been nice. You could have hinted and not continued to crash out, like some others we know. But it is what it is. So everybody should go watch those videos, those crash out videos. Make them go viral. Yes, I don't begrudge a man his earnings, his wages. So let's all go make Klymatix crash out videos go viral. Maybe that's his new gig. And all right, have a good day.